Howdy folks, and welcome to the Hillbilly Kitchen. Today we're going to be making a very simple, creamy, homemade Alfredo sauce, and we're going to fry up some chicken tenders to serve with it and make a pan of pasta. This is one of the prime examples of how cooking does not have to be complicated to be good. Before we get started, I'd like to take just a moment to thank Quince for sponsoring this video. If you have never heard of them, check out their website. They work directly with manufacturers to procure high-quality home goods at the lowest possible prices. Everything on their website is high-end, but a very discounted price. These pots and pans here are ceramic-coated, non-stick. They're very heavy. They have nice handles. The pot handles and pan handles, it's all oven safe. They have these wonderful steam vents, but the lid is domed so that what you're cooking, if there's steam in it, it's going to drip back down into your pan and not get all over your stove. And the steam vent's going to help prevent boilovers as well. They're very heavy duty, and they have thick bottoms that are going to help distribute the heat evenly, so that if you are frying in particular, your food is not going to burn and it's going to cook and get well done. But they have all kinds of home products. You can find Quince's website by clicking on the QR code on your screen or by clicking our link in the description. Their products are so high quality that they offer a 365-day free shipping return policy. So if you get anything from them and it fails within the first year, you can return it free of charge. And that is quality that you can count on. Okay, welcome back to the Hillbilly Kitchen. Let's get on with making our creamy Alfredo sauce. Now you want to get your pans hot anytime you're cooking before you start. And I have my pans on and they are warming up. I'm going to put my pasta water back here on the stove and we're going to get it going. Now real quick, let's go over our ingredients for our Alfredo sauce and then we'll get to our chicken. We have garlic, butter, cheese, and cream. That is all you need for Alfredo. You might want a little bit of salt and pepper just to season it. You can add other stuff, any kind of Italian seasonings, fresh parsley, whatever, anything like that you want to add. But I'm going to start by toasting my garlic just a little bit before I add anything else in. And nothing else is in this pan, just the garlic. I used about half of a head of garlic, maybe 4 or 5 cloves. You can do it to suit your taste. This was a pretty good sized head and I lost one of the cloves somewhere. But I had about that much garlic in there, about what you see here. And I just minced it up real fine. You can use the stuff that you get that's kind of already chopped, but the fresh garlic is going to give you the best possible flavor. And you don't really have to toast it if you don't want to, but I think that makes the flavor better. Now for our chicken. I have chicken tenders. You can use any chicken in this that you want to, but usually Alfredo sauce and pasta is served with chicken or shrimp or something like that. Right now, given grocery prices, I think the chicken tenders is probably a good choice. And what I did to my chicken tenders is I just have them marinating in like a tablespoon of lemon juice, maybe a teaspoon of honey, and some salt and pepper. And that's how I seasoned them. You can season yours any way you want. I've got a little bit of butter to brown them in, and I have an onion that I sliced up. And actually, when I was preparing this, oops, I got to stir my garlic. You don't want your garlic to burn. You just want it to brown, so kind of keep an eye on it. When I was preparing my onions, I chopped half of them before I realized what I was making. So I've got some chopped onions and some sliced onions. But generally, I like to slice them. And we're just going to start the chicken by putting a little butter in the pan and getting that melted. And then we're going to add in our onions, and once our onions start to fry, we will add in our chicken. And it's not going to take long at all to cook any of this. It'll all cook almost in the time that box pasta will cook. And you could certainly make homemade pasta to go with this if you wanted to. You don't have to put the onions in this if you don't want to. You can just saute your chicken tenders in a little bit of butter and use them in this recipe. I just like onions. And I had made the Alfredo sauce years ago, and everybody asked me how I made the chicken that I used in the video. So I thought today I would just do the whole dinner. Our garlic is pretty toasted. Now I did do this part on low heat because I didn't want to burn my garlic. I wanted it toasted, not burned. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add our butter and then our cream. And then lastly, we'll add our cheese. And I have 2 kinds of cheese here. You do not need 2 kinds of cheese, but you need 2 cups. You need 2 cups cream and 2 cups of cheese. And I have half Parmesan and half mozzarella. The Parmesan has that wonderful flavor in it, but the mozzarella will make your sauce creamier. You can divide it up however you want. You can do all Parmesan. You can even do all mozzarella, but it is not going to have that flavor that you get with the Parmesan. I'm going to add just a little bit of salt and pepper to my onions. It kind of helps bring out the flavor in them. And I'm also going to go ahead and add just a little bit of salt and pepper to my pot that I'm making my sauce in. And the salt and pepper is to taste, but you're going to want a little salt and pepper in your Alfredo sauce. You can use white pepper if you want to. Personally, I don't think a flake of pepper hurts the way it looks or the way it tastes. And once your butter's all good and melted, add your cream all at once and stir it really fast, because you don't want it to scorch. And you can see our toasted garlic floating in the cream there. Some of you may have noticed that I don't have anything here to thicken this sauce with. That's because you don't need anything to thicken it with. If you use heavy cream or whipping cream, around here it's heavy whipping cream, I think is what it's called. But it should say heavy cream or heavy whipping cream. This sauce with the cheese in it, as you cook it, it's going to thicken itself. You don't add any cornstarch or anything like that to it. Oh, and I almost forgot, if you're cooking Italian food, you got to have olive oil at least on your countertop, even if you don't use it. So make sure you get your olive oil out before you start. Now for pasta, I'm using box pasta. Like I said, you can make fresh pasta, but we're trying to cook a dinner that everybody can get on the table here. And chicken Alfredo is one of mine and my girls' favorite things to get if we're going out to eat. But we always get peony pasta with it because we like the round noodles. The sauce actually goes into them and it's just better. Spirals I think would be good with it, but I don't like a flat noodle with my Alfredo. I want a noodle that the Alfredo sauce will actually fill when I put it on a plate and I'm eating it. So that's what I'm using. You can pick any pasta you want, and you're just going to cook this according to the package directions. Our onions are kind of getting tender, so we're going to go ahead and add our chicken in here. Okay, as your chicken starts to fry, you just want to stir it a little bit, or saute, or whatever. In Granny's kitchen, we always called it fry, and that's kind of what we always called it in my kitchen too. Saute is one of them fancy chef words that intimidates people. Fry, not so much. These are not the prettiest chicken tenders I ever saw, but that's okay because we're going to cover them up with this pretty Alfredo sauce when we're all done. Our sauce is kind of simmering now, our cream and stuff, so we're going to add in our Parmesan cheese first if you're using Parmesan and mozzarella, because it will take it just a tiny bit longer to melt than the mozzarella does. And we're going to cook it until it melts. We're almost going to have this sauce and chicken done in the time it took us to boil the water and then cook the pasta. I think the pasta's still got almost 8 minutes on it, and this stuff will be done at about the same time as the pasta is. So this is a gourmet meal, a restaurant meal that you can get on the table in half an hour, even with prep time. And it's something that will definitely impress your family. And you can see here that our sauce is already thickening up. We're starting to kind of get some trails when we stir it. And once we add the mozzarella cheese to it, it will thicken up even more. And also, as our cream continues to cook, it's going to thicken. Once you start adding your cheese to this, you really don't want to stop stirring it. If you have to stir something else, just for a second. Okay, now I'm going to add my mozzarella. And that was a cup of each, 2 cups total. And you can split it up however you want, or do all of one kind. And now, almost instantly, it looks like Alfredo sauce. And you're going to want to stir this right before you serve it too, because everything else is not ready. And it will get, like cheese will get on the top. The mozzarella cheese though will help it from settling out, so you won't get separation and stuff. But you will get a little bit of a cheese film on top, like you would if you were making gravy. You'll get a little bit of that milk, cheese, whatever on the top that kind of thickens up more than you want it. But if you just give it a stir right before you serve it, that will all go away. And if it gets too thick, you can always heat it back up. But look at that. I mean, that's just about perfect right there. Now the only little chunks I have left are from the garlic. So we are going to cut this off and finish up our chicken and our pasta. Okay, now here's a point where you kind of got to make a decision about personal preference. My chicken is all completely cooked. It's ready to serve. It's tender. But I like a little bit of brown in mine. And I've got a little bit, but not much. And it mostly looks like the onions that are brown. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to turn my pan up, and I'm really going to put a nice sear. Another one of them chef words that you don't really need to worry about. But I'm going to turn my pan up so that my chicken will get brown. Because if it's really hot on the bottom, that's going to brown it a little bit better. So, but again, that's like one of those personal preferences. If you don't like it brown, if you don't like that caramelized color, then that's ready to serve. And here's something else. This is the point where if you're going to burn dinner, you'll do it. So once you turn it up, keep an eye on it. We have a lot of liquid in the pan right now from the chicken and from the onions. And turning it up, all this steam is evaporating all that liquid. And that is going to lead to really nice browning. But what it will also lead to, if you don't keep an eye on it, is really nice burning. Now our pasta is done. And people make 2 big mistakes when they are learning to cook and they're first cooking pasta. They will put the pasta and the water in the pot and then turn it on. You want to make sure your water is at a full rolling boil before you add your pasta to it. It will be soggy and it will stick together, and there will be no saving it if you don't bring your water to a full boil before you add your pasta to it. The other thing is, you want to make sure you've got a little salt in your water when you're cooking pasta. And the package will tell you that, but they overcook it. Set a timer and test it when it gets close, and make sure you don't overcook it. And the other thing they do is they drain it, and then they leave it sitting here, and they don't add anything to it. And you can see all this steam, so my pasta is still kind of cooking. But what I'm going to do is, this is a choice. I'm going to add just a little bit of olive oil. You can also add just a little bit of butter, but since it is Italian food, we ought to use some olive oil. And I'm going to stir that up. And that's going to keep it from sticking together. And now, instead of serving every single plate, you know, piling everything on the plate and serving it, I can sit this on the table and everybody can get out their own pasta, their own chicken, and their own sauce. And they can do it the way that they like it. You can also, instead of putting the olive oil in here, you can just dump your sauce right in here with your pasta and stir that up, and that will keep it from sticking together, and then you've got 2 pots on the table. But that's entirely up to you. And our chicken is finally starting to brown, and now it's browning really quick. You can see that all the liquid is gone out of it. If you prefer it without the color and you prefer it without the browning and you want that liquid in there, then cut it off when it gets done. And these little thin chicken tenders, they don't take but just a minute to cook in a hot skillet. But this is done to my liking now, and I'm gonna turn it off before I burn dinner. You could make a fresh garden salad to go with this. You could steam some broccoli and cauliflower, something like that. Make some breadsticks or some rolls, just whatever, and have a wonderful dinner that would easily cost you $50 a plate at even a modest restaurant. And I don't know what this costs, not a whole lot. I would say you could feed 2 people for well under $10. And like I said, we're going to hide our ugly chicken tenders because they just weren't the prettiest chicken tenders. Give your sauce a stir because you will have that film on top. I mean, you know, it just don't get any better than a sizzle like we got going on over here with our chicken and this creamy Alfredo and some pasta, and some breadsticks, a fresh salad, and you have a very nice at-home meal for just a few dollars. And it only takes 30 minutes, all from scratch. Well, the pasta's boxed. We didn't make pasta, but it's still a homemade meal. This is a very homemade meal, very simple ingredients. You know what's in your sauce, and when you buy sauce in the stores, you definitely do not know what's in your sauce. 30-minute dinner, fresh ingredients, all homemade. You just can't beat it. Before we go, I want to leave you with Proverbs 15:17. Better is a dinner of herbs where love is than a stalled ox and hated therewith. You know, as things continue to increase in price, gas, groceries, everything, the cost of eating out is just absolutely soaring. And it seems like nationwide we have fallen into this thing. If you're as old as I am, you remember Keeping Up with the Joneses, where we feel like we have to go out and have a nice meal. And that only adds to the stress of our ever-tightening budgets. When you can do fresh stuff like this at home from scratch and you can have that really nice meal, you can sit down in your home where you're comfortable, you can have conversations, it's private, it's quiet, where love is, rather than stressing yourself out, going out to eat, having money problems, trying to make the budget stretch. That causes fights. We're at a time where it is more and more important that we make our money stretch in order to keep that kind of stress out of our life and out of our relationships. And if cooking at home can do that, certainly cooking at home and sitting around a table is one of the things that throughout the history of civilization has bonded us together as families and as communities. It is certainly worth the effort that you put into making a meal at home. I want to thank you all very much for joining us again in the Hillbilly Kitchen, for being a part of our home and for being a part of our family. I hope that you enjoy many dinners that are in places where love is. Until next time, remember to put God first.